Hi Gemini, and welcome to your reading. I had the impulse to do a reading for you because it is your season. Naturally, I have to do the other signs as well, but I'm going to start with you, Gemini. This is a quick tarot reading to have a look at what the full moon is leaving behind for you. Now, this could be a challenge, this could be an opportunity. Let's just see. Full moons usually conjure energy from our past, and it can either be as inspiration, which is highly likely due to Sagittarius, or it can be for us to sift through and work through so that we can clear space in our lives for something new. Let's see what's going on. For Gemini, please, Spirit. What is the full moon in Sagittarius leaving behind for Gemini? Okay, you have the Four of Swords. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. We have Justice. What are they leaving behind? What is the full moon in Sagittarius leaving for Gemini? Sorry about all the cards. I literally was only prepared to take 3, but this is going to paint a good picture for us, and I'm all here for the clarity. So we're going to accept 5 cards. Now, in the middle of your spread is Justice. So overall, I feel like this full moon is trying to give you a favorable outcome, Gemini. It's trying to restore balance in your important relationships, and it's also trying to right some wrongs. Now, the way that this is coming through, the moon isn't a miracle worker, but it does highlight information that you can use to focus on the things that matter to you. And the way that that's coming out is there are people around you who are seeing things that have happened, and they're noticing how they may need to come to you and apologize for misjudging a previous situation, or they may need to say, hey Gemini, I'm so sorry, I didn't process that document quick enough. Here it is. I hope it's not too late. So people around you are tidying up paperwork, righting some wrongs, coming through with helpful information, completing processes that ultimately deliver favorable news to you. So you're getting good news, and it's coming from the people around you. It's coming from the people that you're either waiting to hear from, that you're expecting to hear from, or that you've even forgotten about, because let's be honest, if you have a Gemini placement, you love to just keep moving forward. You don't dwell. So these are wrongs that are being righted, either because people simply got too busy or they forgot, or because they didn't have the information that they have now. Now they know, they see, and they're trying to come through to correct how they may have negatively impacted your journey. So this is good news, and it is impacting relationships. A professional relationship is going to be positively impacted. You're both going to be able to work together harmoniously. You may not be best friends with Justice here, but you're going to feel like you can continue that dynamic. And it could be someone who does do a lot of the paperwork. Maybe they didn't submit your timesheet in time. Maybe they've been taking a long time to process a pay code. Whatever it is, that relationship is going to be back into balance, back into harmony. Personal relationships, let's talk about that really quickly. I can see that relationships are a main point after this full moon. So at the time that you're seeing this video, I'm filming this on the 12th of June in Australia. So the full moon has passed, it's starting to wane, and it's starting to go into the next cycle. In this period, what is happening is you're very focused on getting that balance back into your life. You're focused on just making sure that things are flowing at a pace and at a rate that feels right for you. And the people around you are noticing that, and they want to help. So you have some people really stepping up and asking, checking in on you, are you okay? You also have some people who think that they've done something wrong because they're not hearing from you. So think about maybe some people who you haven't responded to, not because they did something wrong, but because you forgot or you got too busy. There are some people who are waiting to hear back from you, and they're waiting for you to reply to them. So if there's someone who you haven't heard from and they're a close loved one, like a family member or a friend, they're waiting to hear back from you. So the ball is in your court for a lot of personal communication. And I think that that's because you're consciously focusing on yourself right now. You're consciously focusing on putting one foot in front of the other, staying on track, staying on task, and just doing what you can with the information that you have. And so people are slipping through the gaps a little bit. Communication is slipping through the gaps a little bit. Certain messages aren't being replied to, certain phone calls aren't being returned, and certain emails are not being opened. So this may be an issue if you're, actually in communication with someone important and you're trying to plan something, or if you have a bill that is sitting in your inbox and you haven't opened it. So just think about that and consider that in the next 2 weeks. With the Queen of Cups here, you have people who want to help you. You have people who want to support you. And there's a lot of love coming from these people. These are people with good intentions, good hearts, and people who you also care about and respect. These people are going to be more of an emotional support to you, so they don't have to be hands-on. In fact, I think that you're going to be spending a lot of time by yourself, recharging, resting, and just getting your head straight in the next 7 days. But there are people who are just in the background, waiting to hear from you, waiting to be of service and to support you and to help you and to listen to you. These are patient people. They're coming through as quite feminine energies. Think about sisters, female cousins, aunties, mothers, grandmothers, female besties, female friends, female colleagues. The thing is, when I'm talking about gender, I'm talking about that energy that is very maternal, that is very feminine, that has patience, that can give you time and make you feel safe enough to connect, to open up. It's not trying to force. It's not trying to manipulate. And it's certainly not trying to get you to share how you feel on their terms. It's waiting. It's listening. It's giving you that safe space. So those kinds of people are very important in the next 7 days. They give you that anchor, that support system, and then you get to choose how much to share, when to share, and who to share to. So rest is very important. And I think that you're going to be spending a lot of time just physically resting, but this physical rest is helping your mind rest as well. You need to use whatever time you can to just mentally zone out and tune out. Your head might have been quite busy in the lead up to the full moon. There might have been a lot going on, and you could have had physically demanding things that also mentally challenged your ability to think quickly and to come up with solutions. So a lot of problem solving. And so I think that in the next 7 days, you just need to declutter some of those thoughts, process them, talk about them to people that, are ready to listen, and also start to think about how to move forward. Because in your recent past, something happened here, and the full moon is putting it in your face and saying, you kind of need to look at this. You're not going to be able to move forward. You're not going to be able to forget about it. So you do need to re-examine what happened. And when you're ready, you need to figure out what to do. This involved a situation where I feel like someone did something and now you're trying to figure out, well, how much time do I want to spend with this person moving forward? Do I need to talk to them about this? Do I need to confront this? Do I need to have a conversation with them, or do I just move forward and leave them behind? But something has to be done, and it involves having healthy boundaries moving forward. And it also involves you feeling more comfortable, more safe, and also knowing where you stand with that person. So for many of you, if you have strong Gemini placements, you're probably not going to have a conversation with them. You're just going to let it be what it is and stay in your lane. If you don't have dominant Gemini placements and Gemini is more your moon sign, you're going to want to talk about this. You're going to need to talk about this to somebody, and you're going to need to figure out a way to make sense of how to move forward for yourself and what you should say to that person so that they don't do that again. Gemini moons especially, you need to talk about this. Not talking about it is only going to make you feel worse. And Gemini Venus signs, I just feel like a line's been drawn in the sand here and you're just moving on. That's what it feels like. But the full moon in Sagittarius is dumping it at your doorstep, ringing the doorbell and saying, hey, I bet you thought you'd be able to forget about this, didn't you? Well, here it is. Figure out what to do with it, and I'm going to go work on this other stuff for you. So that's like the last little gift, I guess, from the full moon before you're able to really relax and focus on bringing that balance back into your relationships and your partnerships. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Gemini. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope this reading has been helpful. Remember, you are the oracle in your life. Take what resonates, don't let the rest take from you. And until we meet again, bye.